Hey YouTube, what is up? It seems like if Code of the Duelist was a ship, then that bitch would be sinking, because we have an absolute ton of leaks, so let's bust into them. First off, all the rarities have been leaked, and all of the Vendread card effects have been leaked as well. I'm going to discuss that second because it's really juicy, but there's a lot of information to get through, so I think it's quicker to talk about the rarities, and then we'll go into the Vendread stuff because that shit is juicy. Either way, let's talk about the secret rares. There's 8 as always. Unfortunately, we still don't have ghost rares or, ultimate rares coming back, which kind of blows. But either way, there's 8 secret rares and they are as follows. Lumina, the Twilight Sworn Shaman. Surprised that Lumina is a secret rare, but either way. Rescue Ferret makes sense. The TCG had a rarity bump something. We have Firewall Dragon, Topologic Bomb Dragon. Kind of glad they kept the name as Topologic. That sounds really, really cool. I actually like that a lot. The card is also pretty broken, and there's some dangerous things you can do with it. Then we also have Ninjarisu, the World Chalice Warrior, which is basically Star Grail. They just changed it to World Chalice if you guys didn't know that. We have Gaia Saber, the Lightning Shadow. Kind of pissed that his name is not Video Knight. That sounded way cooler than fucking Lightning Shadow. It just sounds like a ripoff of Gofu. But either way, the other 2 secret rares are Trickstar Reincarnation and Vendread Reorigin. That's right, the TCG exclusive has a secret rare, and this time its effect is not absolute ass. So either way, let's bust into those ultra rares because there are 10 of them. The first one is Salvagent Driver. Don't even know what that is really. I think it's just some weird translation that I'm just not catching the name. Next up we have Trickstar Candina, World Chalice Guard Dragon, Lee the World Chalice Fairy, Punishment Dragon, Trickstar Holy Angel, Trickstar Light Stage, March of the Dark Brigade, which is just support for Twilight Sworn, Spellbook of Knowledge, which I'm really surprised is not a secret rare, but I'll fucking take it. And then we have Castle Link as well. I'm glad that the rarities for Trickstars and World Chalice are pretty similar in that they both have 1 secret rare each, and then after that they're like 2 ultra rares to 3 ultra rares per that archetype. So I'm glad they kind of balanced it out, and one's not like super low rarity and one's super high. I'm fine with the intermittent like matching rarities pretty much. Either way, every other card is a super rare or lower, so it doesn't really matter what the rarity is because you're going to be pulling them left and right, and you're eventually going to be sick of them. So let's just get into some shit that I think is personally more important, and that is the Vendread support, because boy oh boy does that Vendread shit look good. Alright, so seeing that we know that Vendread Hound is a level 3 with the ability to special summon itself from the graveyard if it's destroyed by battle or card effect, and then if it's on the field and used for a Vendread ritual summon, you basically give that monster the effect of Cosmic Cyclone. We already know all that stuff, so I'm going to go for the other new cards that are more important in my mind. First off, there's Vendread Revenants, which is the other Vendread monster that's been released. It's a level 4 dark zombie with 1800 attack and 2000 defense. Its effect is similar to Hound in that if it's destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon it from the graveyard but banish it when it leaves the field. And its other effect is very similar to Hound's in that if it's used to make a Vendread ritual while it's on the field, it actually has to be on the field for the monster to gain this effect pretty much. That monster gains the ability to target and banish 1 special summon monster your opponent controls once per turn. It's basically like ABC Dragon Buster, but without the discard cost, which is actually pretty broken. That's a very, very strong card, and the fact that the other monster gives it the effect of Cosmic Cyclone is dangerous, because if you can get both of these effects off onto 1 ritual monster, it's literally Cosmic Cyclone, ABC Dragon Buster in 1, and especially considering the fact that it actually banishes these cards makes it very dangerous, because you can make your opponent pretty much lose 2 resources a turn if they can't deal with this card. Next up, we have the ritual spell, which is Vendread Origin. It allows you to ritual summon any Vendread from the hand or grave, which is spicy. I appreciate that. And then from there, you can tribute from your hand or field to do so, or banish zombies from the graveyard to do so as well. So I really like that. You could special summon from the grave and use zombies in your graveyard by banishing them to bring out Vendread monsters. This is pretty crazy. You get a lot of grave utility with this deck, and I'm liking it already. And especially considering the fact that it's zombies, there's a lot of support that just dumps zombies to grave. Either way, the best part of this card, I think, is the fact that you don't have to match the ritual monster's level. You can exceed it. So if you have like a level 3 and a level 4, you can bring out a level 6 ritual monster. It doesn't have to be exactly level 6, like Necros was very level specific for the most part. In this instance, it just has to be the same level or higher, which works really, really well and makes ritual summoning a whole lot easier. And lastly, there's one other effect that's pretty damn good. Pretty much, if a Vendread monster will be destroyed by battle or card effect, and this card is in the graveyard, you can banish this card instead. So you basically just have a Return of the Dragon Lords in archetype now. which is fucking ridiculous. I mean, I guess we know which exclusive is the TCG's new baby. It's definitely not going to be fucking FA, because that shit's fucking ass. That's what it stands for. Either way, let's keep going because the trap is pretty banging too. The card is Vendread Reorigin. It's a normal trap that lets you target a face-up monster your opponent controls with a level and tribute it to special summon a Vendread token to your side of the board with the same original level as that monster that was tributed. And also, while you control that token, you can only summon Vendread monsters. You can only normal summon Vendread, you can only special summon Vendread. So it kind of locks you out. But did you guys hear that correctly? This archetype has non-destruction removal. You can tribute your opponent's monster. This is basically Stormforth, but it targets, so it's not as good as Stormforth. This archetype is already crazy, and we only know 5 fucking cards. I am gonna blow my fucking top once we figure out what the next 5 cards are from the next set, because this is actually ridiculous. These cards are very, very strong. They might not be amazing in tier 1 yet, but you could definitely see the potential in them. And finally, we have the Ritual Monster. It is Vendread Slayer. It's a dark zombie. It's a level 6, 2400 attack, and 0 defense, which I kind of don't like. It'd be cool if it had 1000 defense, because then it'd have Monarch stats, and I could try some stupid shit with it. It could be summoned with any Vendread Ritual spell, which makes me think obviously we're going to be getting more in the future. I don't really know what those cards will do in the future. It'd be cool if we got a quick effect, you know, Ritual summon, but I don't think that's going to happen. Something like an El Shaddai Fusion would have been sweet, but I doubt that. I think it's going to be more like Ritual summoning from deck or something similar to that. And the monster's actual effect is that once per battle, if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can, during the damage step as a quick effect, banish a zombie in your graveyard to make this card gain 300 attack. And immediately I'm thinking of Shiranui, which is a zombie archetype that gains effects by being banished. So you can, even if you lose your Vendread monster to battle or something like that, you can quick effect banish a Shiranui to trigger their effects so you can recover the loss. And lastly, if this ritual summon card is sent to the graveyard, you can add any ritual spell from your deck to your hand, and I mean any, not just Vendread, so there might be some crossplay in the future. And on top of that, you then get to send any Vendread from deck to grave. But this is a hard once per turn, so you can't do this more than once per turn. If the card leaves the field more than once, you don't get this effect. It's only once. It's a very, very strict once per turn. But either way, this is pretty ridiculous. The banishing quick effect is really going to pair well with Shiranui's, and I'm very, very excited. And that's really it for Vendreads. But if you thought we were done discussing TCG exclusive zombies, you're fucking wrong, because we are now getting an exclusive TCG zombie support monster that is not part of the Vendread archetype, but is obviously designed to work well with them. That card is Samurai Skull. It's a dark zombie that is level 4, has 1700 attack and 0 defense. When it's normal summoned, you can send any zombie from deck to grave, and if this face-up card leaves the field due to an opponent's card effect at all, so it doesn't matter if it's banished, you know, tributed, anything. If it leaves the field, you can special summon any level 4 or lower zombie from your deck besides itself, which is pretty fucking good. Either way, that's a wrap for this update. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, because I am really hyped for this Vendread shit. I'm actually looking forward to this because I'm tired of Zodiac. I know Zodiac is probably going to get destroyed on the next ban list, so I've been looking for a new deck to play, and it looks like Vendread is going to be my fucking shit. And anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and click subscribe, because it's free, it's fun, and I'll see you guys in the next one.